Hey everyone, so if you've done any work at all in C#, you've probably hit this classic crossroads. Do I use an array or do I use an array list? It feels like a simple choice, but there's actually a whole story behind it. It's a tale of a specialist, a generalist, and a modern hero that really truly changed the game for developers.
So you might be thinking, is this even relevant anymore? Is this just some old debate for legacy code? Or does getting the difference here still matter for writing fast, modern apps today? Well, the answer is yes, it absolutely matters, and it gets to a core principle of how we build things in C# now.
You know, the easiest way to wrap your head around these two is to think of them as characters. On one side, you've got the array. This is our rigid, super efficient specialist. And on the other side, we have the array list, the flexible, I can do anything generalist. Let's get to know them.
All right, first up, the array. Think of this as a tool that's been built for one very specific job. It's not going to bend, it's not flexible, but for that one job, it is the fastest, most reliable thing you can possibly use.
Now, the really interesting thing about an array is that its biggest limitations are also its greatest strengths. Its size is locked in the moment you create it, and it's strongly typed, which just means if you make an integer array, you can only put integers in it. But that rigidity is what makes it so incredibly fast because the system knows with absolute certainty what it's dealing with. And in your code, it looks just this simple. When you declare an integer array and give it a size of 3, that's it. The system knows it holds 3 integers and that this fact will never, ever change. That predictability is the secret sauce to its amazing performance. Okay, but what if you don't know how big your collection needs to be? Or what if you need to store, say, numbers and text in the same place? Well, that's the exact problem our second character, the array list, was designed to solve. So the array list is pretty much the total opposite of the array. It's dynamic. You can add and remove things whenever you feel like it. And it stores everything as a generic object, which is a fancy way of saying you can mix and match different kinds of data in the same list. Sounds pretty great, doesn't it? And this is really where it shines. You can just create an array list and boom, add a number. Then right after, add a word. No problem. That kind of flexibility is just so convenient, especially when you have no idea what kind of data you're going to get. But, and you knew there was a but coming, like with most things in coding, that convenience comes with a hidden cost. And this is where our little story takes a really important turn.
So what is the catch? What's the price we're paying for being able to just throw anything we want into an array list? The answer has a name. It's a process called boxing.
So what is boxing? Put simply, it's what C# has to do in the background to make a simple, lightweight value type like a number fit into a collection that's designed to hold these big, generic objects. It basically wraps your small, efficient value inside a much heavier, more complicated container. And that process creates a hidden performance hit. Every single time you add a simple value like an integer, it has to be boxed. That little action uses up extra memory and takes extra time. Now do that a few thousand times in a loop, and that performance overhead starts to become a real, noticeable problem. And that performance cost is exactly why this story has the ending it does in the world of modern C#. Yeah, the verdict from developers today is pretty clear. As one source puts it, ArrayList is non-generic and mostly obsolete. And the reason is simple. It's not just the performance hit from boxing. It's also that it's not type safe, meaning you could accidentally add the wrong kind of data and create bugs that are hard to find.
So what's the right move to make today? It's actually really straightforward. If you know exactly how many items you'll have, and they're all the same type, an array is still your champion for raw speed. For literally everything else, anytime you need a dynamic list, the modern answer is list T. It gives you all the flexibility of an array list, but without that awful performance penalty, because it's type safe right from the start.
So, if you take away one thing from all this, let it be this. Modern C# is all about type safety and performance. ArrayList was a great tool for its time, but its job has been taken over by something way better. The lesson is simple. Just avoid ArrayList in any new code you're writing. You see, understanding the story of array versus ArrayList isn't just a history lesson. It's about getting the why behind the best practices we use today. It's about making choices that lead to code that's stronger, faster, and more reliable. So the real question now is, how are you going to use this knowledge to make your next project even better? Thanks for joining me.